Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.
Hi, hello. Let me get these off. Do you sing the song? Because I do. I love that song. It's really beginning to become like part of the show, and it just makes me so happy. I was just thinking, yeah, I'm probably going to pay for the rights for that song again for next year. I got to check into that too. So welcome to everybody. I'm just going to get these comments. Jocelyn is in the house. Welcome, beautiful. And hello to your beautiful daughter if she's there. Thank you for all the tech support that you're giving Mom. So today is our zodiac sun sign, where we get to read about everybody's signs for the upcoming month. So we're in May, and when we read them, we use the Llewellyn zodiac calendar. And so you might notice down below, I have many thanks to Llewellyn's 2026 astrological calendar, the 93rd edition. That's right, 93rd edition. It's a fabulous calendar. I love it. They even give us like days to look out for that are going to be really good. So maybe you have to make a big decision or sign some papers for something, or you need to set a date for an important event. These are fantastic days for you to keep in mind as you're planning out your May. And then they also give us days where things might be a little challenging. So we keep those in mind, and we try to keep those days, like I say, maybe we're just going to stay hiding under the covers or stay home that day. Speaking of stay home, I had a klutzy day today. Oh my gosh, I was very klutzy. And then even yesterday I noticed I was klutzy. So I'm hoping it's over. I'm feeling more like myself now. But I've just had some weird feelings lately about needing to just do a really good smudge. And I don't know if you feel that ever, where you just feel unsettled. Something's not quite right. And I just feel like someone is creeping into my space. So I'm going to do some housekeeping, some cleaning. I'm going to be smudging myself. and smudging the store. As you can imagine, the store is going through so much transition. It's like getting empty. Have you seen the live videos? Hi, it's Spinner. Welcome to Happy Thoughts with Claudette. I'm so happy to see you here. Welcome from YouTube. So yeah, I've got a retail store right downtown in Dawson Creek, BC, and it's been in operation for nearly 10 years, nearly there. And we are in the process of closing it down. I just was not interested in launching an online store. I had to get really honest with myself and realize, do I have another 5 years or whatever it would take for that to be established, and all the long days and hours? And I just thought, no, I'm a Sagittarius, people, and this girl is looking for adventures and have fun, and I'm just looking forward to some really great conversation with like-minded individuals, and just I need to go chase my bliss. Bonjour, Nicole. Comment on dit ça? C'est pas bonne nuit because it's not good night, but it's so nice to see you. I actually had the opportunity to speak French with a lady, and I shocked myself at how well I did, because I really don't have too many people that I have the pleasure to speak French with. So it's always wonderful to do that. I was talking to them, and I said how I like to listen to the CBC radio playing in French, and they agreed. And I have since seen people that help you with learning a language that they say that is actually very helpful. So if there is a language that's native to you and it's part of your ancestral lineage, find a radio station or some kind of podcast where they are talking in your language, and it's supposed to be very good, which I find it is, because it reminds me of words that I haven't heard in a long time or even thought about. And it feels very nostalgic. It feels very comforting, because for me, but in particular, I grew up with a French upbringing. It wasn't until I went to school that we had an extracurricular subject, which was English. So as you can imagine, everything was French. Everyone spoke French. All of my books were French. You go to the library, everything was in French. There was a little bit of English, but our family, and I think this goes for most families in the area where I grew up. So I grew up in a little town called Girouville in Alberta, and I had family in Girouville. And then, hi Kayla, how you doing, girl? And then all the little towns. So there's many little French communities in there. And for us, it was like you didn't dare speak English to your elders. And in French, we look at elders in a very respectful way, as in other cultures. But for us, we have actually special words that we have to use when we should use when we're speaking to our elders. So instead of saying, like in English, are you going to the store? The word you, I was raised, and many French people are raised this way. If you're speaking to someone that's older than you, like an elder, a parent, a grandparent, a teacher, someone you look up to, you would actually not say you. You couldn't use that kind of a word. You'd have to elevate that word so that it wasn't just a regular everyday you. Hey, at Colts 173. Welcome. So yeah, it's like we would have to say vous. And this designated and danged them as more elevated in the hierarchy of, how we look at people in our lineage, like in our family or in our society, in our communities, that this is an elder. So just to give you a little snippet of what Canada and French Canadians how we look at things, and how one of the things that was something that I grew up with. And I actually had nuns as some of my teachers. Sœur Cécile, and the Catholic Church was like right next to our school nearly. So we would, it's a little bit like Dawson Creek. That to me is very similar to how I grew up. Hi, Claudette, Larissa. Ukrainians are the same way. I want to bring you up. Similar to vous. Oh, good. I feel like Ukrainian as well has a very like distinct way of honoring those that are older. Absolutely. I'm not surprised to hear that, Larissa. And welcome. You're listening from Facebook. I love it. So for anyone who's listening for the first time, the show is called Happy Thoughts with Claudette. It's been inspired through the many interactions I've had with people that have come into my shop. Hi, Hunter Class 2029. Welcome from YouTube. We're just giving a brief introduction here. I'm Claudette, and I'm just actually now winding down the storefront, but this show has evolved because many people over the 10 years that I've owned the shop have said, I miss having a conversation with you, or I've moved away, or how can I keep a connection with you, Claudette, and I really enjoy what you have to talk about. And so I decided I'm going to do this. And so it's been over a year now, and we have this Happy Thoughts with Claudette. Every first Wednesday of the month will be all dedicated to the zodiac. But after that, we have sometimes guests, and sometimes I'm reading your cards. Your birthday is tomorrow, Hunter Art Class. Wow. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe I have something cool here. I feel like I got all these new things going on. Gong, bounce, heartbeat, more sounds. I feel like we could have some fun sounds here. Like applause. I have applause. I feel like we need to do something. But I need my... Yay! Happy birthday! Yay! I'll get sorted out better. I needed another screen so I can see your comments. Good evening, Corey. Hey, let me know if you need that banner. I haven't seen if you replied or not, but it was something I put away for you for some reason, so I can't remember if we sorted that out or not. Yeah, so now I've lost my track of my thoughts here, but I want to make sure if you're listening on YouTube, there are 2 platforms to listen on YouTube. So one is meant specially for a phone or a small handheld device. And then there is the other one. So they're both the same show. You'd be seeing the same content live, but one is meant for like a desktop or a laptop, so you'll be able to see everything clearly. And then another one is just for a small handheld device. So make sure if you're listening on YouTube, for a nice, ease of watching the show, that you're choosing the right platform so you can see the comments and you'll be able to enjoy more content. Also, thank you to all our new listeners. If you haven't yet, I would love for you to subscribe on YouTube. Give us that thumbs up. All you need to do is like X out of the spot where you're chatting, and then it will open up and you can see that thumbs up icon that you can just click on. It's so helpful because we're just still building. We're in the baby stages, and the more likes and subscribes we get, the quicker we're going to get to that place where we can jump into monetization and start making some money. So that's what I'm looking forward to, helping us keep the show alive, pay for this wonderful platform of StreamYard. It's so great how you're seeing the show and the banners that I can put on and the draws. That's because of the platform I use on StreamYard. So, and all those fun bells and whistles cost money. So that's all I'm looking forward to, is having a little bit of support that way so it can help the show continue. So Welcome to our Twitter listeners. That's brand new for us. Welcome to Facebook listeners on my many pages. Now, if you're listening from my personal Claudette Huber page, know that I can't see your comments here because it is a personal page. So just a quick reminder on that. You're welcome to jump onto the YouTube show and you'll be able to see the comments and be able to participate if you wanted to participate and say something. So also, let's look here. Welcome to Instagram and YouTube audience. I think I've said hello to everybody. And of course, we call everyone in the chat room our happy chatters. And I want to say welcome, happy chatters. And happy chatters, I want to remind you, next week is our monthly get-together fun night where we get together, we can have conversation like the topics we talk about on the show. So we can talk ghosts, we can talk spirituality, or maybe there's just something on your mind and you want to share within a safe group of people. This is the place to do it, and everyone is welcome. So this next week on May 12th, I got it written here. May 12th at the Orion restaurant. We haven't had a gathering there, so I thought let's go bless them with our money and our support and sit there and put some good vibes into that place. So at 5:30 on May 12th is when all the happy chatters are welcome to join myself and some of our regulars, which I'm sure are going to be there. Sometimes I bring tarot cards that we pull out. It just all depends on what I'm feeling led to do, but there's always some fun conversation, some good food, and just support amongst ourselves. So welcome to anyone who'd like to come. You're responsible to pay for your plate, but aside from that, it's a great place. We're all very welcoming. What you see here with me is what you'll see at the gathering. You don't have to dress up. It's just a very easy, nice time. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, next week we have Christopher coming with Marianovich Alternative Healing. He's agreed to come back on. And I guess this week have ran into a few people that want to be on the show. So I'm super excited. Hello, Rhonda. Welcome, welcome. I see Janice is here too. Welcome, Janice. So next week, we're going to have Chris on for Marianovich Alternative Healing. He's going to have a great fun weekend. He's going to that spiritual event that Yvonne with the Healing Hub is putting on. Don't forget, that is happening this weekend. If you haven't already checked it out, it's going to be happening at the George Dawson Inn. That's all the information I have because I was held up at the store. Everyone showed up after 5 to do some shopping. And any other night, that would have been fantastic, except I said, oh my gosh, I got my show tonight. So, I'm a little bit unprepared tonight compared to other evenings, but that's a good thing. That's all right. So I'm looking forward to having Chris on the show. I think he's probably going to be offering some readings, and he's also going to be talking about some of the things that he offers of services. He's literally down one other block from where I am, so we get to see each other nearly every day. Today at the store, everybody loves the unicorn. I don't know how many times people stop to have a photo taken with our beautiful little unicorns in the front window. Well, today they have found their forever home. So they aren't going to be moved out until pretty much the end when we're closing our doors. But the buyers requested they stay in the window because he's got a very special surprise figured out with these unicorns. And so I wanted to let everybody know, wow, that iconic front window display has just found their new forever home. Can't wait to hear Chris. Corey says, yes, it's going to be nice, right? Have some fresh topics to talk about. So Chris does Reiki. He's a master Reiki healer. He's an intuitive card reader. He has very many different modalities that he practices. His Reiki is very unique to him. And I'm just excited to have him on. He's got a new website, so we'll be sharing that. And we even have a fun video we're excited to share with everyone. So looking forward to next week's show. Let's see. Yeah, and before we jump into other things, I just want to acknowledge that it's been a bit of a rough week for a lot of people, a rough couple of weeks. There's been some passing of people that have gone to the other side and have been like iconic members of our community here in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, and Canada. So our community has recently suffered the loss of some pretty big shoes that have been holding up much needed community support in areas. So like for the horse community, they have lost someone very, very big, a big advocate in their culture. And for everyone that needs support in palliative care and the elderly and those of special needs, there is a figure that has passed away recently, and that part of our community, and it is creating quite a ripple effect of change. Again, just like my write-up said, like I feel like there is so much change. Yes, spring brings about change, but oh my goodness, like these are massive changes in our community. And some people, like today I observed with a gentleman who came in and he's being affected by the passing of a certain person. And you know, some of these changes come to us and we never asked for them. They just happened to us, right? So he is catching his breath and trying to understand how to navigate this river of change that he is on. Yes, there are huge changes, and Kayla, I'm sure you can relate. You've got your own big changes, and I just want to wish everybody comfort, support, strength, and I just want you to know you can always put a prayer out there, no matter whom you want to address in that prayer. Maybe you don't even know whom you want to address, but speaking out loud or taking a moment to have an exchange and let go of some of that stuff that's happening inside is very healthy. And you never know, you may get some answers back. So that's all I wanted to say. Just wanted to acknowledge, because it's been a big week here for us in Dawson Creek. A lot of big major changes. I'm going to take a drink. For anyone that hasn't been in the shop, you would be so surprised to see all the changes. People walk in and they're just like, whoa, Claudette, it's so bare. And honestly, it is bare, but the funny thing is not every shop is so full like mine was, right? So it's just like it's the opposite of what it used to be, so full of stuff. Now you can literally you see right across the room. I've sold big pieces of furniture. The bookcase went, I think I said last week. Well, this weekend, those nesting tables that I had, the large tables in the front, they sold. So I had to quickly restructure the layout of my floor plan, because then I had a huge, Christopher called it the dancing floor, I think. Someone did. And I thought, yeah, you could literally dance in here. And our voice is starting to echo in certain parts of the shop. I notice my voice is beginning to echo, and it reminds me so much of what it was like when I was preparing this location to open our doors, and just how daunting and exciting it was all at the same time, trying to figure out my floor plan. Now it's like it's a deconstruction of what I constructed. And I'm just very aware of it and just embracing each change as it's happening. And I'm also super joyful and excited for my new journey. Hi, Pam. It was so great to see you. Thank you for your words. It was just a beautiful exchange we had. I know, the first shop with that keyhole doorway with the brick all around. The Hobbit, Happy Hobbit. Yep. Something else. Hey, like it's been a decade in people's lives, and I'm very aware of that. And we're all holding space for each other as this big change is happening. How excited when you moved to the second I know, when I moved to downtown in the second larger location, it just changed everything. It was such a positive move for us. It was we were more accessible. We were part of the downtown more. We had so many incredible memories in that shop. Kayla says, yes. I know, so many, and people are reminding me of them. They're coming in to say their goodbyes and have a look around. And don't feel strange or odd if you want to take your photo in front of the store or inside the store. These are the memories, right? And I understand some of you have like literally gone through central school to middle school to high school with us. So I'm very, very aware and just giving everyone the space they need to say their goodbyes. Yeah. I've had a longer time than you to prepare, so I'm giving everybody the space and understanding they need. So yeah, we're going to be changing soon. I just want to see here if I can acknowledge anyone. Hingley B. I'm wondering if that's Miss Barbara listening to us. I hope that is. Hello, Barb, if it is you. And let's get back into here because I can't see everyone that's on Instagram for some reason. All right. Are we ready for our zodiac signs? No, we're not, Claudette, because we haven't even talked about why we titled the show The Devil. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to switch the camera and add an extra one here, and we'll switch the view. Let me just turn this around a little bit, and we're going to remove the comments for now, just so everybody can get a good view of the tarot card I pulled for today. Here we go. Where do I go for that? I got to go up to the top and go right here. All right. So as now you can clearly see, I pulled the devil card today. Yes, I did. And I had to put a couple of little papers covering some parts that I'm not sure. Sometimes I see people doing live shows and they're being very careful about nudity, and like they'll have their finger over a spot or something. So I don't know why they're doing it, but I just don't want to get flagged. I'm sure it has something to do with that. So I just put a little bit of sticky paper on the parts that we want to make sure aren't like causing us to get flagged or something somewhere. But yeah, we pulled card number 15, the devil card. So I'm going to, every week we pull a card, and that determines the title of the show. So yeah, I had to title my show The Devil. So I want to look at this. We like to talk about what we see in the picture. So up my glasses go, so I can have a real good look here in my book as you're looking at the image as well. We can look together. So oddly enough, in the spot where the genitals are, it looks like they're bats. I feel like I could have a magnifying glass looking at the images here because there's so much detail in these pictures. So isn't that weird that there's bats over their genitals? Bats see into the night. They see the unseen. So, what is this? Is this like secret vices that we try to hide in the dark and that we can't? I see that the neck has these like, cuffs, but they're cuffs for the neck and they're chained together. It seems like the man and the woman figures are chained together, which is interesting too. So, like, um, it's almost like sexual vices or deviant vices that are chained, keeping us together, keeping us prisoner. And it could be just about anything keeping us prisoner. But it's interesting that the male and the female are together. And then we, of course, have his big red tongue. I feel like this makes me think of like, often talk about this where I say, which shoulder are you feeding? Are you feeding the devil on the one shoulder? Or are you feeding the angel on the other shoulder? Because I truly believe energy has a food value. Like, I feel like we are actually literally feeding angels and the good energies, and we're adding to the cosmos good elevated energy, or we're feeding the underworld, the ones that are looking for bad things to happen and chaos in our worlds, and just seeing crime on the rise and all of those horrible things like that. I feel like we are making choices all the time based on our actions, our reactions, and our words we speak. We are every day, many times throughout the day, every second, every minute, we are making choices, whether voluntarily or involuntarily because we're not aware, but we're feeding either an angel or we're feeding the devil on the other side. So when I see this red tongue, it makes me think about he is ready to feast, and he loves to see people that are stuck under bondage, that are not able to rise above the vices or the habits that they have that they wish they could be free of. There is somebody getting a lot of nutrients from that. And of course, in the background, it absolutely looks like hell. Like, I literally can see little tiny figures, like either they're souls that are trapped in hell. So it's definitely a card of torment. And the bat there. So let's find out what the creators, Caroline Kenner and Paula Millett, have to say about the devil card. First of all, here's a little brief description. Within a roiling hellscape, the devil looms over two puny humans. Although the pair are held by golden chains, their collars are so loose they could easily remove them. Oh, that's interesting. It is true. Now that I look at it, the collars are kind of just dangling around their necks. These purported prisoners appear to be bickering with each other, undaunted by the devil and his lascivious, lolling tongue. Oh, man. How interesting. I can see the layers of what they're talking about here. Self-imposed prisons that we put ourselves in, that we could break free of at any time. Because what do I always say? You are the magician of your own life. You set the rules. You're the boss. Nobody else is the boss over you. If you feel like someone is the boss over you, it's because you've given them that role. You've allowed them to become the boss of your life. And guess what? You could decide that ends today, right now. No more bosses of me. I am the boss of me. Listen, when it comes to your time, again, I say this often, when it comes to your time, when you're reviewing your life, the boss of you, that person you've given control of, that they can have control over your life, they're not there with you. Let that sink in. You will be there alone, reviewing your life, reviewing the decisions you made. I think it's time to take your life and live courageously. So the interpretation of this card is you have forged those chains and have chosen to wear them all by yourself. It is well within your power to free yourself if you choose. Pretty much what I just said. So I love that. We'll have to remember that when we see the devil, it's some kind of self-imposed prison that we've allowed ourselves to become ensnared in. We are so much freer than we give ourselves permission to be. And people often say to me, like, Claudette, how can you just change your mind on the flip of a dime? Like, why? Like, they'll look at me, and I've often had people judge me and say, you're not organized. You don't know what you're doing. Oh, yes, I do. I know that I'm living my life according to my inner intuition, my golden compass that was gifted to me from the moment I became a sentient soul. And so for me, you may see chaos, or you may see that I'm changing my mind all the time and I'm not very focused. It's because I flow with the river. I don't fight the river current, and I continue to look for my blessings within that river current as things change in my life, always looking for something positive. That is one of the super awesome keys to living life. If you can figure that out and let go when things aren't going right for you, and understand that there is an even higher and greater opportunity coming for you, that there is a reason why your door closed in front of you, because there's another door that's meant to open. This isn't meant for you. I just want to encourage everyone that's listening. Hi, Kathy. Welcome from Facebook. I want to encourage you, if you're listening. If you are listening to this, then you're meant to hear this, especially if you're listening and you don't often get a chance to listen to my shows. Hi, Dana. Welcome. You are an absolute gem, Dana, and I'm so happy to see you in here. I just want to remind you all, you don't have to suffer under these restrictions. All of the restrictions in your lives are self-imposed. You've decided to allow them to take root in your life. You are the boss, and you could make some big changes. I am listening. Awesome, Kathy. You are the goddess of your life. You're the empress of your life. You're the magician of your life. So please, all of you, go take ownership of your lives and live the biggest life you can. Be courageous, be adventurous, be willing to skin your knees, be willing to make a wrong decision. That's all part of having a human experience. So this card in the upright position says, what do you really want? Consider it carefully. This card is a warning. Gooey, yummy, irresistible temptation presents itself. Will giving in end in regret? Will self-indulgence and short-term pleasures have long-term bad effects? Addictive behaviors, whether related to substances, obsessions, or delusions, tend to have long-term corrosive effects. Some are able to develop the strength of character to discipline themselves and heal their addictions, but many cannot. Now, the devil says it is time to reach out for help. Using substances or enacting addictive behaviors are ways to avoid resolving leftover pain. Asking for help is often the first step towards healing our deepest inner wounds. There are remedies for suffering. Assistance is available for depression and anxiety. We ignore such inner wounds at our peril. When we suffer from persistent, unhealed emotional or spiritual wounds, we have two choices. We can work to heal those places, or we will act from those places. Permitting the least healed aspects of our character to dominate our personalities and take the lead in our lives almost never has desirable long-term results. So as we look, the devil, of course, it looks very much like Krampus, the devil you know. And those loose chains, they represent the self-imposed limitations we put on ourselves. And those bat bikinis, I wondered when they'd talk about the bats covering the genitals. All the rage in hell this season, perfect for bathing in flames. OMG. Isn't that funny? There's a little humor. I guess they have fashion statements in hell. Oh, there you go. That is pretty cute, Caroline and Paula. I love that. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not going to be wearing any bikinis. I don't think so, and I don't think any of you will. If the only time I think that someone may end up experiencing wearing bikinis and having some time spent in a place that's hellish is for those that have not been able to face their demons. And once you realize that no matter what you've done, you are still a soul and you are still worthy of love and forgiveness until you're able to bring yourself to that place, I think you do end up in a place like that. And you relive those things and you relive your pain until you're able to give yourself permission to put your hand out and say, I need help. And I think it's automatic. I've heard souls that have had near-death experiences explain it that way. The moment they realize that all they need to do is cry out for help, they are taken out of there. And they are now starting their soul's journey to healing from this lifetime on earth that they had. So that's quite neat, isn't it? Is this godly? I like to think it's godly, but we use the word spiritual here at Phi-S S2H. Welcome from Facebook. So let me take a drink and then we are going to embark on the zodiac. Ooh, I gotta tell you, spirit is in the room. I feel spirit. I think everyone that heard these messages and will be hearing these messages, wow, this is super important for you. And I just saw a notice that my iPhone here, because it's getting a little bit old, needed a cord just to juice it up. Okay, now I understand why I got a little bing during the show. So I apologize for that. And I've plugged my phone in and we should be good to go. Yes, so let's get our calendar out. This was not the right one. That is, I love that actually. We might do that on another show here. You can't see it, but I'm like got a file folder here holding all the different things that I normally refer to in a show. Here we go. We are doing the Llewellyn calendar, going over everybody's sun signs. Are you ready? So let's put our comments back on the stage. We are going to remove the camera. We're good to go for a single screen. And I'm going to go look on Instagram. Hingley, hello, you guessed right. Yay, I did. Hi, Barb. So nice to see you. I don't know why, but your Instagram people are not showing up in my chat room. So I won't be able to see your words unless I go over there and have a look. But I'm going to try to be a little bit better at that, okay? So let's go. We're going to May in the calendar. Oh, I love this. I really have a thing about, well, I'm Sagittarius, so I've always related to fawns and the witch, what is that one with the wardrobe? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, I think it is. Narnia. The fawn in there. I'm very much one of those people that love the image when we see horns on like a human person. I forget what they call that. There's a term for that. Personification, maybe? I think that's what it is. When we're personifying like animals or plants. So here we go. That's such a beautiful image. And there's like some chickadees on there. Can you see the chickadees? Let me just move it so you can see. I love it on this platform because I can see what you see on your iPhone. So I'm trying to always look over, make sure you're seeing, you have a good screen as well. There we go. And tulips. Of course we have tulips. So I've met quite a few Tauruses recently. My sister Rachel is a Taurus. And so I have a little bit of experience being around Taurus. Taurus can be very serious, and they are very focused and driven. And they are very, I feel like the Tauruses I've had interactions with, they are slow to anger. But if you anger them, watch out because you won't see it coming. It can be explosive. I've experienced it. All right, let's start. Aries is the first sign. Let's hear it for the Aries. So on our zodiac calendar, and I'm just going to put this, yeah, I've got that in there good. All right, and I just want to make sure, comments before I get going. High current. All right, let's go. For our Aries, the month kicks off with a bang, and you have plenty of energy. And as things shift mid-month, you may find that the pace slows down dramatically. Use the early momentum to tackle your big tasks and be prepared to move on longer-term projects as the month progresses. So it sounds like you're not going to quite finish all the big tasks that you have and lined up that you've been working on, Aries, all those projects, but they are saying use that momentum that you're feeling right now, that drive, that birth of springtime, renewed energy. Put it in there and you're going to get far ahead in these long, projects that you have. You have favorable days, the 21st and the 21st. The 21st and the 22nd. And your demanding days, well, how was today, Taurus? Because it was today and it's tomorrow. So just know you're going to be feeling a little frustrated on those projects you're working on. Why can't I get this piece to fit in? Or where is that file? Whatever it is, the colors aren't working for me. Why don't you just take a little break? I would say today and for the rest of today and the rest of tomorrow, go on a drive and enjoy seeing the new beautiful spring landscape out there. I can't believe how quick the grass has turned green. Maybe there's pussy willows out there. Go and get out of the office. Get out of your workspace. Get out of your creative space. Go find something else to do. Maybe take a drive and go visit someone that you love spending time with and you haven't seen them in a while. The roads are great, and you need a change of environment. All right, and here we go, birthday Tauruses. You start this month with a sense of stability, giving you the chance to focus on what matters most. Mid-month, the energy picks up, so stay flexible and be open to new ideas or changes in routine. So great for you, Taurus. I feel like you're taking care of things that are important to you. You've actually been able to spend some time maybe planning a holiday for yourself and your loved ones, or maybe you've got some special event that you've been meaning to put together for someone that's special to you. I see, Taurus, that at the beginning, these first couple of weeks of May, you're getting to have the time you need to organize those events or put together that fun holiday and get it done. And it sounds like things are going to pick up later on in the month, and that you're going to find yourself in new, unexpected conversations with new people that maybe are not like they're not the normal people that you consult or speak with. There's going to be some new opinions being put in there. Like new personalities are going to be part of your social circle or your work environment. And when you hear someone speak up that you've not had the pleasure or the opportunity to share space with, you're being encouraged to not just write it off or instinctively just think, I don't know who this person is. Like, why are they saying that? Or they don't even know what they're talking about, because there are nuggets, there's pearls of wisdom in what they're saying. And it's always good to have new energy in a project, new viewpoints, everyone is coming from a different place of experience, different place of knowledge. So allow those ideas to come in and become a melting pot and be open. So you have favorable days at the end of the month as well. So yours are the 23rd and the 24th. You're really going to enjoy the important things in your life, which I would think are your loved ones, and maybe to making time for yourself, because you know how important that is. Your demanding days are just around the corner, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. And I would just love to encourage you to know and to accept that anything that seems like it's an impediment or it has slowed down progress in some way, progress needed to be slowed down. So remember that. Good evening, Jodios. We're just getting into the zodiac signs. So this is for Taurus. Even though things might be a little different, or things might be derailed, or now you're doing a U-turn, just know that your team that watches over you has made sure that that derailment happens or that U-turn has happened. So accept it and look for the blessings in that change. Just like I was saying earlier, go with the river, flow with the river. And the more you allow yourself to flow with that river, the more spirit and your guides and your angels and your ancestors can really start to have an influence in your life and make things happen that they know way further ahead than you could ever dream of. All right, Geminis. Do we have any Geminis in the house? You might notice that you gain clarity as May progresses, bringing a surge of ideas and projects. Use the energy to your advantage, Gemini, but be sure to balance it with practical planning. Stay grounded and take time to think things through. So Gemini, I feel like you're just being cautioned. Don't get caught up in the whirlwind of changes to the point where things aren't practical anymore. Like you don't want to be thinking so far, dreaming so big that the decisions you're making today are based on things that could not even happen. Because as you know, and as I'm talking to you about today especially, is be ready for those U-turns. Be ready for the door to close. We think we have things planned out. We think we know what is best for us, but sometimes the Creator, our guides, our angels, not sometimes, all the time, they can see much further in our futures, and they know what's for our highest and greatest good. And they ultimately know what we had planned for ourselves before coming here and having this experience here on earth. They know what we wanted to achieve. So allow them to help gently guide us and correct our path when it's needed. So Gemini, your good days are the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th. You're really going to see things coming together. I think you're going to see things out, like moving into the next phase. You're feeling very creative. You're going to be collaborating. I've been pulling that card up quite a bit lately about community and collabing and utilizing. You're going to be making use and being able to take advantage of other people in the community that want to collab on your projects. You're going to have a web of opportunities. So I love that for you. Your demanding days aren't very far either, just the 11th and the 12th, Gemini. Maybe you can join us on the 12th for our Happy Chatters dinner, and we'll all commiserate with you and help encourage you through the end of your 12th day. All right, moving on to Cancer. Let's see what Cancer has. Hey, Gary, welcome. We're just reading everybody's zodiac signs. So for Cancer, for the month of May, this month brings a mix of emotional highs and lows, Cancer. Early on, focus on nurturing relationships and self-care. As things intensify, stay grounded and seek comfort and safety in familiar routines. Maintaining equilibrium is key to moving through this shifting energy. Whoa! So Cancer, it sounds like you're going to have a pretty hectic month. You're going to be one of those people like the young man that came into my shop today, and it's not by choice, but he is being thrust into the river of change. His course has changed dramatically, and whether he wants to or not, he's having to adapt. Oh, wonderful. Great, Corey. I love that you love the Gemini. So Corey's a Gemini. I wish I could remember everybody's zodiacs. I'm going to write Corey here. And I know Janice too, because that just stuck in with me. She is a Leo. I'm going to put her here. Sometimes things stick in and sometimes they don't. I don't even see Leo here. What the heck? Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Oh, because Leo's just right up close to the top. All right. So anyway, I got derailed here. Cancer. Here we go. I really feel for you that it's going to be a time for you to just you're going to be feeling things are beyond your control, like you're not in control. Oh boy, Cancer. But you know what? This is going to be okay. That's what I mean. Just because things are fast and they're not going at the pace, or it's not following your expectations of how things are supposed to go, it's okay. And with knowing it's okay, guess what? You're free to not worry about it, right? So for you to be able to really get into that place of life is happening to me and I can do what I can do, but there is a lot I can't do. And just to embrace that and allow all of those that are watching over you from the other side to do what needs to be done. They're saying for you, it's going to be really critical that you're taking those extra salt baths, that you're giving yourself a smudge after work, or maybe after having a visit with a group of people I'm seeing. Just be very mindful of what you need in order to stay grounded. If you're finding that things are too busy for you, there's just too many demands on you in a room or amongst people, excuse yourself. That's okay. You can say, I need to go home. And thank you, everyone. I appreciate all of the advice and the help, and I appreciate what we're building here, but just need some time, and I'm going to get back to everyone. There's nothing wrong with that. I think there is something actually very sage and wise about walking in and having an interaction with someone who says, you know what, I'm going to think about that and I really appreciate it. I just don't feel like I'm in a place right now where I could make a good decision that's going to be a good decision for everyone involved. So I'm giving you permission to put the brakes on things. Hi, Shauna Labucan. Welcome from Facebook. I'm a Cancer. I feel emotional all the time. So drained. Oh, well, Cancer, it sounds like they're saying for you, especially this month, when you're feeling like you're being swept up in that whirlwind of emotion, just to separate yourself. It's okay. It's okay to leave a party early. It's okay to leave a shopping area early and just go home. Pet your cat or your dog. Turn on your music, light that candle. Maybe you want to go for a massage, whatever it is that brings you comfort. Maybe you want to go visit your grandbaby and just enjoy hearing them giggle and make their baby sounds. Just get yourself out of that place where you're stuck in all those emotions. Because when we're stuck in all those emotions, we're not grounded and we're not able to make decisions from a good place. Hi, Alex. Welcome, Ninja from Facebook. So nice to see you. I'm going to take a quick look here on Instagram. Well, look at that. We got Jen Whitty. Welcome, Jen Whitty. She's a Leo too. We got some Leos in the house. And Acreage Mom joined. I was almost going to say Acre, but I see it's Acreage Mom. Welcome to our Instagram listeners. I haven't quite figured out how to say welcome to our Twitter listeners. So if you're listening, I'm so appreciative, and I'm eventually, as soon as this retail storefront is closed down, I'm really going to start getting in there and figuring everything out so that I can include everyone and see everyone. All right, so we are headed into Leo land. How about Jen Whitty? And we've got a Janice that's a Leo, and I have my husband David a Leo. I gotta say, I like Leos. Leos to me are sage people. They're pretty cool. They're pretty even keel. Life starts at a steady pace. You know what, Cancer? I think I forgot to give you your dates. So I'm going to backtrack before we get into Leo. Your favorable days, some of them already happened, but guess what? You get 4. So the 1st and the 2nd, but you also at the very end of the month have more favorable days, the 20th and the 29th. So I feel like for you, those are going to be the days when you're going to be the most rested and grounded and able to embrace being out in the public or having to venture out and do that presentation. You're going to be more sturdy and grounded. Your demanding days are the 13th and the 14th. So that's for Cancer. Your favorable days are the 1st, the 2nd, the 20th, and the 29th. And then your demanding days, those days where you probably do want to stay home and just do what you need to do and get through the day, are the 13th and the 14th. Okay, now we can move on to Leo. Alex says Scorpio and her beautiful little girl is a Pisces. Well, guess what? We haven't read those ones yet, so you're in good hands. We're going to get to your reading as well. Okay, Leo, life starts at a steady pace, but expect things to speed up by mid-month. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take action while the energy is high. I certainly feel that in my life. Stay open and ready to adjust your plans as new opportunities arise. I really feel this in my own life, Leo, so I can really relate to your forecast here. I am being thrown into such a flux right now with shutting down the retail store and having all of my products on for half price in the shop and then selling all my equipment and my furniture. As you can imagine, I'm often being asked to make decisions on just right on the spot, and I'm really growing and embracing having to be flexible in the moment, because for me sometimes I have been known not to be as flexible, and I acknowledge that. I really often like routine. So yeah, I'm just really expressing to you, Leo, things are not going to go as nice and steady and true as you like them to go. And I know that you like to plan things and you have an idea of the steps that you're going to go through in order to get to that goal. But Leo, you're being encouraged right now to you see it, you're going to see things start to speed up for you, accelerate. Opportunities are going to start coming your way, or decisions to make things happen. You're going to be privy to an announcement, and it's going to put you into a place where you need to make decisions now because this announcement affects you. And I want you to know it's okay. It's sometimes okay to have to just go with the flow of that river, right? You're going to have a rapids stage of your river where you're going to need to make decisions and choices very quickly. But you know what? Don't fear making a wrong choice. Please have no fear. Just know that you're having a human experience and that's what you're here for. So embrace these quick choices and the speeding up of life for you in these rapids. You're definitely going to have some new opportunities, and you have so many great days. This is you break the record this month. Nobody else has as many favorable days as you do, Leo. You have the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 30th, and the 31st. So some of them have already passed, but you still have a couple right at the very end. Your demanding days are going to be the 15th and the 16th. And these are the ones where I feel like you're going to be put on the spot to make some decisions, some quick decisions, and it's going to make you feel a little uncomfortable. It may even make you a little cranky, but I'm giving you an invitation to grow in this moment. When you find yourself in that place where you're extremely uncomfortable, you're feeling like you're having to make choices very quickly, and that's not how you like to do it. Just go with it. Just go with it. Virgo is next. May brings a mix of productivity and reflection. Early on, you'll feel grounded and focused, Virgo. Mid-month, things speed up, just like Leo, and you may need to adjust to a faster pace. Keep your plans adaptable, and don't get stuck in one way of thinking. Wow, I feel like that's the trend going on. That's in the cosmic soup for this month. Do not get attached to how you think things should go. Do not get attached to what you think the outcome will be. Allow things to just grow organically and go with that natural flow of the river, right? Because they can make something happen way more amazing than you could ever try to make. So, Virgo, keep going, stay grounded, and allow things to just come up as a surprise. And look at it, see it. Maybe it would be fun to just be spontaneous once in a while. Your favorable days are the 6th and the 7th. And your demanding days are the 17th and the 18th. So I feel like you're going to be really put on the spot where someone wants you to change your routine. Change how, well, Wednesdays is taco night. It's always been taco night, but all of a sudden, someone new is in the household and maybe they're a vegetarian. Why not just live on the edge a little bit and everybody's going to eat vegan for one night? I don't know. I don't know what's going to come up for you, but I'm just encouraging you to be more flexible. So your Libra is next. Libra. You may feel pulled in different directions this month, but don't let that throw you off of your path. Stay grounded and focus on what feels most important to you. Flexibility and balance will keep you moving forward smoothly. Now, Libra, I have a tear in my eye, so that's very interesting. I don't know if I've ever had that sign come to me when I'm reading astrology, sun sign forecasts, but I feel like be prepared. And I think this is why I got the whoosh earlier. So it's for you, Libras. Libra, I feel like you are going to be experiencing loss in your life, or maybe you just have experienced something very emotional and it's rocked your world. And if you're watching this, I want you to know that you're not alone, despite if you feel that you're alone. All you need to do is call out, say a prayer, talk to your guides, let them know how you feel. I really feel like there's some emotion for you. And I worry about this kind of throwing you off like you're going to fall out of the river and really go somewhere you don't want to go. I really feel like I need to say, be mindful of when things are getting rocky for you. And there are those of us that really struggle with addiction or bad behaviors that we know aren't healthy for us. Whatever it is, maybe we start going back into having anger issues. Whatever that is for you, I think you're entering into a month where that's going to be a little bit like it's going to be a very big temptation to you, because that's how our brain has been wired to cope with huge disappointments or huge emotional experiences. But I'm really urging you to cry when you need to cry, to excuse yourself when you need to excuse yourself. And you don't have to offer an explanation to anyone. Do what you need to do to stay on your highest and greatest path. If it means reaching out to someone that is a mentor, someone that is a support in your life during these times when you feel like I'm not handling things the way I normally can, there is no shame in that. Hi, Will Nemo 89 from YouTube. Welcome. We're reading our zodiac signs right now. It's good to see some new viewers. So, Virgo. Or no, this is Libra. So your favorable days are the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th coming right up for you. So that's good. And then your demanding days are going to be the 19th and the 20th. So I really want you to be mindful, Libras. The 19th and 20th are going to be possibly not for everyone, but they are suggesting those could be some challenging days for you. So you're a Libra. There you go, Will. And I want you to just be aware that if you need to get some extra help, if you need to go to an AA meeting, if you need to reach out to your grandma, if you need to go home and have a home cooked meal, whatever it takes so that you can feel okay with the world again and strong enough to do what you need to do so you're living your greatest and best life, please reach out and get the help that you need, because you're going to have a bit of a rough month. All right, next is Scorpio. This month may seem like a balancing act. Early on, things feel stable. But as May progresses, Scorpio, the energy picks up. Use this momentum to push through challenges and stay adaptable as shifts occur. Trust your instincts to guide you. So it sounds like, Scorpio, you've got some intuition to trust, that inner compass, that nudge you feel. They're asking you to just allow yourself to entertain those thoughts that are coming in that say, well, maybe you want to go to a different place and explore a new environment. I really feel like there's a lot of signs this month from what I'm reading are going to be experiencing in their river of life rapids. Things are accelerating. Things are going quickly. And it's quite natural in spring to notice there's an influx of activity, and people are now like, I got to get this done before I can go out and really play. So you're going to find that there's more demand on you, and you're going to feel like things are shifting and changing for you. I think things are going to be coming to an end for you that you've not foreseen them ending so quickly. And that could be a good thing, right? I'm not talking about like bad endings. I just mean like projects that are unexpectedly going to end quickly. They're going to get wrapped up and that's done. They're done. You're going to find yourself going, wow, that flew by so fast, faster than what I thought. Or this came up quick. I just expected I had longer to prepare. So just flow with that rapids. You're going to be able to handle it. Just keep in mind your favorable days are going to be the 11th and the 12th. And your demanding days are going to be the 21st and the 22nd. So you just are going to have to really sometimes steer blind. The water's going to be in your eyes. You're going to have a hard time seeing, and you're going to be expected to make some decisions that make you feel slightly uncomfortable because you don't have the time you'd like to make those choices. Oh, we're on Sagittarius. This is me. I'm just looking. Dirty Kurt has joined us. Welcome from Instagram, and Untamed Tours Inc. has joined. I know them. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you guys joining our feed. And listen, anybody who'd like to have an opportunity to be on the show, because I see Untamed Tours here, we would love to set aside a Wednesday where you could talk to our audience and explain all of the wonderful opportunities and adventures and skill sets that you have to offer to the public. If you're an author and you've written a book, I would love to have you on, especially starting in June, once the store is more taking less of my time. I'm going to have a lot more time to sit here and plan schedules. So think of a Wednesday that's good for you and send me an email, and I would be very happy to talk to you. Let's see here, because I feel like it would be wonderful to put a banner in here for anyone that is interested in reaching out. So I'm just going to show you this email here that's going along the bottom. If you're somebody who would like to have an opportunity to come on the show like Chris is next week, don't hesitate to reach out and chat with me, or just simply send me a message on the many platforms that you're listening to right now. Let's find out about Sagittarius. Oh, did you miss? Yeah, sorry, Jody Jodios. You're going to have to go back and listen to the show. It was the very first sun sign we talked about was Aries. All right, Saggies. May kicks off with excitement and possibilities. Mid-month, the vibe shifts and you'll need to stay on your toes. Be open to exploring new ideas and taking action when the moment feels right. Flexibility will help you navigate the twists and turns ahead. What did I tell you, Leos? I'm feeling it. I'm living it, and I'm grateful here for the reminder. I definitely feel like my life has accelerated. I don't know about you other Saggies out there, but I am absolutely experiencing the rapids of my river, and I am finding I'm having to pivot and drop things and start new things immediately, and deal with requests that I'm not prepared for, but I am embracing those requests and doing my very best, because I know Spirit and my guides, my angels, all of those who conspire for me to live my highest and greatest life are bringing all these opportunities and everything to me. So I'm trying my very best to make everything happen according to the timeline they're sending it to me. So that's what I encourage all of you Saggies out there to do, and all of you signs. This is great advice for any of us that find ourselves in the rapids of life. So Sagittarius, your flexible days are the 13th and the 14th, and your demanding days are the 23rd and the 24th. So there we go. Keep those in your calendar. Your favorable days are the 13th and 14th. You're going to have lots of fun. You're going to be just finding that opportunities are coming your way that you had hoped for. Pisces, Kathy is going to be the very last one, so you haven't missed it, just to let you know. Next is Capricorn. Here, just permit me here. I'm going to have a drink. Capricorn, you're going to feel grounded as May opens, but situations may become challenging as the month progresses. It sounds like you're in for rapids. Stay focused on your long-term goals and don't hesitate to adjust your approach as needed. Flexibility will help you maintain progress even as things change. So it sounds like for you, Capricorn, I'm really getting this idea of like, it may be that how you thought your process was going to go through a project or something that you're doing is going to have a different route. It's going to take on a different form. But what I want to let you know and to promise you, they are saying it's going to happen. It's going to end. You're going to have an end product, an end result. Your goals, your aspirations, those that you're nervous about because you're going to be experiencing something that was unexpected. And it might be that you're now having to go to a different classroom, or maybe you're going to have a different teacher, or maybe now you have to go to a different town in order to finish something up. I don't know why I keep getting school and feelings like that. I see nurses in here. So I'm just letting you know, just allow those changes to happen because it's okay. It's different. It's going to feel a little fast-paced and unexpected, but the end result is going to happen for you, what you're looking for. So your dates are favorable on the 15th and the 16th. And your demanding days are the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th. So I feel like those are the days where things are going to be a little different for you, and it's going to feel a little like you're not grounded and you're anxious. You're thinking, how is this going to affect the outcome of what I'm trying to build? Maybe there's going to be a sick day where someone that you're supposed to be collabing with as a result can't come to work that day, or it has canceled a very important meeting. Just know and rest and relax. You'll remember this. Rest and relax and know everything will be fine and everything is happening exactly how it needs to happen. Next, we're moving to Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. This month may feel like being on a roller coaster, Aquarius, with periods of calm followed by bursts of wild activity. Don't let the highs and the lows get to you. Stay flexible and keep your eyes on the big picture. Let yourself adapt to the flow. What am I saying? We are adapting to that flowing river, aren't we? Some of us are going on rapids and some of us may take detours. I don't know. There's a lot happening here. Your favorable days, Aquarius, are the 17th and the 18th. And your demanding days, whoa, you have a lot. The 1st and the 2nd, they've already happened, so thank God for that. And then the 28th and the 29th. So I feel like for you, it's just going to be up and down. You're going to be like, I can't even hardly keep a handle on my life right now. I'm getting good news. I'm getting bad news. One day everything's going great. The next day I'm just hearing something that's like, oh my God. I just want you to know, Aquarius, like we talked earlier, one door closes, another opens. No matter what the lows are, know that they were meant to happen, those lows, and you're going to get through them. Look for the diamond in that rough. As well, when things are going really good, I feel like saying to you, remember to say thanks. Say thanks out there. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful experience. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you for this wonderful gift. Giving thanks feeds that really good. You remember how we said the devil's on one side, the angels on the other? Let's feed as much good vibes, good energy food into the cosmos, right? That's what we want. So there we go. We got one more sign left. Aquarius is favorable days 17th, 18th. And demanding days for you are the 1st, the 2nd, the 20th, 29th. I think I read them, but I just want to be sure. Wow, it's 8:57. We're actually going to finish the show nearly on time this week. Isn't that great? So nobody misses out or has to leave early and feel like they're missing out. Finally, we hit Pisces, and thank you for your patience, Kathy. The first half of the month has a slower feel, but things become less grounded mid-month. Stay focused on what's important to you as things change, and be open to new opportunities that align with your dreams and goals, and avoid overthinking. Boom! Let's hear it for Pisces. Stop overthinking. Stop overanalyzing. You are going to experience the gift and generosity of others. Where you need a helping hand, it's coming for you. And instead of thinking about it too much, I want you just to accept it. Accept it. Some people, most of us, love giving. And when you deny someone the joy of giving and helping out, and I am so swirling right now, you're denying them joy. So let's feed the positivity into the cosmos world. When someone comes offering a helping hand, Pisces, take it. Take it. Take that sage advice. Take those opportunities, those wonderful gifts that are being offered your way, because you are in the thrust of change. And I'm really swirling, so you're another sign that really needs to hear this right now. Hi, Nicole. Despite all of the big changes that are happening in your life right now, it's okay, because there are people that are wanting to assist you and help you. And if it's difficult to accept gifts and accept help, I want to give you that for homework. Learn how beautiful it is to allow somebody else to help you and give you gifts, because you're going to see how beautiful it is for that person. You're giving them a feeling of worthiness, a feeling of they have a place in the world. They have a reason to be here. They feel like they can help. It's a beautiful thing, guys. I don't know where along the way we were taught that we have to do everything on our own. And I'm a big candidate for that. So I am learning to say thank you. And I'm asking the same of you. If you're brave enough to do it, you are going to be rewarded greatly. This is a time to accept from those that want to help you. You are overthinking. There you go, Kathy. Stop it. Allow yourself a break. Because you know what? No matter what you think, they're thinking way better than you. They have much better ideas of how things are going to go for you. So let them do it. Accept the gifts, accept the helping hands, accept all of that wonderful assistance that's coming your way, Pisces. So, favorable days, the 19th and the 20th. The demanding days, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And then the 30th and the 31st. But you know what? Those next demanding days for you, Pisces, on the 3rd and 31st, you're going to turn those right around because you're going to say, yes, thank you very much for that. I'm going to just allow these changes to happen because they're supposed to happen for my highest and greatest good. Guys, thank you for joining me for another magical Wednesday. I truly appreciate it, and I send you love. I appreciate and love you all. Thank you to everyone who's been listening on all the many platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. I just appreciate so much. I love spending this time with you. I can't wait for next week. We're going to have Chris Marjanovic on, and that'll be fun. We'll have something different happening again. And then I think he's probably going to do some reading, so get ready. And we've got a new way to deal with reading so that it's fair for everyone, because we just keep running out of time. And before I go, don't forget, happy chatters, anyone local or wants to make the trip, I can't wait to see who's going to show up. 5:30 at the Orion Restaurant in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, Canada. I'd love to see you there. I'm wishing you all bravery. We can weather anything that comes our way. We can weather the changes as this week goes on for you. Remember, and if you need to listen to the show again, just to get that pep talk, do it. That's what YouTube is for. You can go back and listen to any show you need to. Maybe you're not sleeping well, go find that show for the hypnosis on sleeping. I love every one of you. Thank you and good night. I'm going to leave you with my beautiful song. And as Blake says, I'm going to love you and leave you.
Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know, closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.